Welcome back to The Explainer. So today we're tackling something that literally trips up almost everyone learning the language. And yeah, even native speakers, because let's be real, English grammar can be incredibly bizarre sometimes. We're going to figure out exactly how to shape your verbs so you sound perfectly natural. If you've ever paused mid-sentence, kind of just wondering how to connect your thoughts smoothly, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, be a grammar detective for a second. When you kick off a sentence, do you say to learn English or learning English? Well, meet our two grammatical shapeshifters for the day, infinitives and gerunds. They are absolutely the secret ingredients to moving from clunky, robotic sentences to natural, flowing, advanced English.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer today. 1. Meet the shapeshifters. 2. Subjects and complements. 3. The verb matchup. 4. The golden preposition rule. 5. Modifiers and question words. And finally, 6. The ultimate cheat sheet. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Meet the shapeshifters.
All right, let's decode these. Think of infinitives and gerunds as action words wearing clever little disguises. Infinitives, like to study, to read, or to travel, usually have the word to right in front of them. Gerunds, on the other hand, just slap an ing on the end, like studying, reading, or traveling. Now, they're both non-finite verbs, meaning they don't show tense on their own, and they basically act like nouns in a sentence. But, and this is a huge but, under the magnifying glass, you'll see they are definitely not always interchangeable. Pick the wrong disguise, and boom, your sentence suddenly sounds kinda off.
Moving to Section 2. Subjects and complements. Check out these two sentences side by side. Technically, both are completely grammatically correct. However, to learn English requires dedication sounds super formal, right? Almost like a philosophical quote. It really zeroes in on a specific purpose. But if you're just chatting over coffee and want to sound like a native speaker, the gerund is your absolute best friend. Learning English requires dedication, just flows. It's relaxed, natural, and talks about the activity in general. Now, let's see how these forms act when describing a subject. Picture an infinitive like a target arrow. It points straight at future goals. You'd say, my goal is to become an engineer. But when you want to describe your general everyday experiences or a hobby, you switch over to the gerund. My favorite activity is engineering projects. So future intention, infinitive. General activity, gerund. Which brings us to Section 3, the verb matchup. So some verbs are incredibly strict. Think of them like grammar police. They only want to hang out with infinitives. They usually deal with looking forward or making mental plans. Like you'd naturally say, I want to study, or we plan to travel. You literally have to use infinitives with words like hope, decide, agree, refuse, promise, and expect. You'd never say, I refuse answering, it's I refuse to answer. On the flip side, there's a totally different club of verbs that strictly demand gerunds. Notice the vibe here. These deal with ongoing experiences, continuous processes, or actions already in motion. That's why we say someone keeps complaining or enjoys reading. If you're using avoid, consider, suggest, finish, mind, or practice, you've got to use that ing gerund. For instance, you don't finish to clean, you finish cleaning. But hey, good news. Not every verb is that strict. Picture a perfectly balanced scale. Words like love, hate, prefer, begin, start, and continue. Super flexible. They can take both forms without tipping the meaning of your sentence at all. I like to read and I like reading carry the exact same grammatical weight. So when you're using these emotion and phase of action verbs, you can just breathe easy and pick whatever form flows best for you.
All right, Section 4, the golden preposition rule.
Listen, if you only remember one single thing from this entire explainer, make it this. It is an almost unbreakable law. After a preposition, words like in, on, at, about, for, with, English normally requires a gerund, never an infinitive. It's a hard and fast rule that will literally level up your accuracy overnight.
Let's actually see this in action. Because in is a preposition, saying she is interested in to learn English is totally incorrect. It immediately sounds off to a fluent speaker. The natural correct way? The gerund. She is interested in learning English. And this applies everywhere. You apologized for being late, talked about moving, or succeeded in solving. Preposition first, gerund second. Every single time.
Next up, Section 5, modifiers and question words. Okay, this is how we add some really nice complex color to our ideas. Infinitives love to follow adjectives to show readiness or emotion, like being happy to help or eager to learn. They also follow nouns to show the purpose of that noun.
For example, a room to study in. Gerunds, though, they usually follow nouns paired with prepositions, like the process of studying or the art of teaching. So the infinitive explains the specific purpose, while the gerund just names the activity itself. Now what about question words? You know, the WH words. What, where, when, how? The infinitive structure here is incredibly common. You hear it constantly. I don't know what to do or where to stay. And interestingly, this is the one major exception to our golden preposition rule. You can actually say talked about where to stay. That's preposition, WH word, infinitive. On the flip side, WH plus gerund structures, like discussed how learning occurs, exist, but they are super rare. Honestly, just stick to the infinitive with WH words and you're golden.
Finally, Section 6, the ultimate cheat sheet.
All right, here is your master map, bringing the whole shebang into one clear view. Take a mental screenshot of this. Just remember the core themes. Infinitives generally express specific purpose, future goals, or follow those strict planning verbs and WH words. Gerunds, they're your go-to for prepositions, ongoing experiences like enjoy or avoid, and everyday hobbies. To wrap things up, let's test your new intuition. Which form makes this sentence perfectly natural? Thank you for to help me? Or thank you for helping me? Well, if you spotted the preposition for and instantly knew our golden rule demanded the gerund helping, boom, congratulations. You've officially mastered English grammar's trickiest shapeshifters. Keep practicing those patterns, and I will see you in the next explainer.